And now it is my absolute honor to kick off the day by passing you over to our Chief Purpose Officer, Claire Williams. Claire?
Here comes the sun, doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright.
I need the glasses to see you, but I can't read with them on. So, hello everyone, good morning. It's a real honor to be here, and a really exciting moment for Greater Purpose. This is historic for us. So when I met Brad, it was 3 years ago, and even in that conversation, he had a crystal clear vision for what he wanted to bring to life for Canada's social impact and social purpose community. And we are sitting here today experiencing it. And I just want to take a moment. My session is about appreciation and recognition. And you know, we all have grand ideas, but it's another thing to actually make something happen. So I invite you all to join me in a round of applause to thank Brad and also his wife, Mina. And while this is a milestone for us as an organization, like Brad said, it wouldn't be the same without you. You know, our little team has fun, but if there were 3 of us in a room, it would be a bit sad. So thank you for taking the next 2 days to spend your time with us. We do know it's your most precious resource. So as Brad mentioned, I am our Chief Purpose Officer, which means part of my role is about values and making sure that our values don't just live on the page, but they also come to life in everything that we do, that we live, feel, and experience our values internally as a team, but also with you. And today is actually the first time that we are going to publicly share our values. They've been our compass behind the scenes, shaping how we work, make decisions, and build community. And so we're really excited to share them with you today. So our core values are generosity. We're generous with our ideas, our time, and our network. Another one of our core values is impatience, which as a menopausal woman with ADHD, I absolutely love. So we're ambitious with our vision and desire for innovation in the sector, and the issues that will define our future cannot wait. Finally, inclusivity. We're intentional about bringing people together from all backgrounds, sectors, and perspectives. We're building a community where everyone feels welcome and they know that they belong. And that's what these next 2 days are about, building community and living these values in real time together. Through conversations that challenge us, connections that inspire us, and ideas that move us toward a more equitable and flourishing world. And this conference is also about celebration. Tomorrow we're going to host our first ever Greater Purpose Awards ceremony, and we can't wait to introduce you to the winners. But celebration isn't something that just happens on stage. It's also about how we show up for one another in everyday moments of recognition and appreciation. And this is where I want to take a page from the book of my friend and colleague, Coro Strandberg. One of the many things I admire about Coro is her commitment to celebrating the good, whether the moment is big or the moment is small. Because everyone in this room knows this work can be messy, endless, and imperfect. There's never a shortage of problems to solve, systems to fix, or inequities to confront. And while I love to celebrate, I've also realized that I can sometimes be too impatient to pause and honor the moment. So if you look around this room, we see that it is filled with leaders from across sectors, business, nonprofit, community, and government, all united by a vision of something better. Better systems, better communities, and a better world. And as I was reflecting on all of you sitting here in preparation for this welcome, two of my favorite quotes came to mind. Margaret Mead, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." And the second one, Lynn Twist, "Turn your complaint into a commitment," which everyone in this room has done. This room is full of people who saw a gap, an injustice, an opportunity, and you took action. You keep showing up even when it's hard. And that's what moves purpose from good intention to real impact. So before we go any further, I want to create space to honor that, to pause and to celebrate you, and the impact that everyone in this room is creating across Canada and around the world. And I can imagine that most of you are very good at giving appreciation, but it might be another thing entirely to receive it. So right now, there's an invitation to celebrate everyone in this room. And when I say go, you're invited to clap, cheer, holler, channel your best Blue Jays fan energy, whatever feels right. And I ask, as you give that appreciation to other people in the room, I invite you to receive it as well. Because while you may be clapping for your colleagues, your friend, or the person you don't even know yet, they are also clapping for you. So let's do this. Monday morning warm-up, just a celebration of all of the impact we are collectively creating together. Thank you, that was really impressive for a Monday morning. Whew. So the energy of appreciation and celebration, it's contagious, it shifts something within us, it can also shift the energy in a room. And it's not just a nice feeling. Research consistently shows that recognition and appreciation impacts us on many different levels. Personally, expressing and receiving appreciation fuels happiness, optimism, higher life satisfaction, and greater resilience. Professionally, recognition and appreciation have showed to boost motivation, increasing productivity by 21%, and increasing trust in leadership by 3 times. And finally, collectively, appreciation drives belonging, which sparks collaboration, and that's where innovation and social impact flourish. And because of this impact, appreciation is recognized as one of the skills under the 3rd domain, relating, in the Inner Development Goals framework. So for those unfamiliar, the Inner Development Goals, or IDGs, they're a powerful complement to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, those 17 global priorities focused on creating external change. The IDGs turn the lens inwards, though, towards capabilities that we need to cultivate individually. Skills such as presence, critical thinking, courage, and appreciation. So according to the Inner Development Goals, they define appreciation as relating to others and the world with a basic sense of appreciation, gratitude, and joy. Beautiful. And while I personally used to think appreciation was about a quick thank you, I see you, and some gratitude, I've come to learn that it's much deeper than that. Appreciation is really about the quality of our attention, slowing down long enough to notice what's working, to name what we value, and to express why it matters. This kind of clarity transforms an automatic thank you into something meaningful, something people remember and carry with them. So I love learning by examples. So here's an example. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, thanks Simon for your help with the report. Great. But it's another to say, hey, thanks for catching the gap in the data and staying late to make sure the report was solid. Your attention to detail made a real difference in that meeting. People have put thought into a reply like that. It really shows that you're seen and that your efforts were noticed. It recognizes your impact, and it builds both trust and motivation over time. And this is also how we can make an impact in our work. Much of the impact we make is external, and that is amazing. But we can also make impact internally, and this is why I love the IDGs. In Calgary, I shared that impact isn't just what we do, it's also how we do it, how we show up. You can make an impact in this room today. And appreciation is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to put it into practice. So here we go. It's our Monday morning warm-up. Every time we run a survey after our events or conferences, one of the recurring pieces of feedback is, I want more time to meet people, I want to have deeper conversations, and I want a practical takeaway. So today we are going to run what we call a purpose pair, and we are going to practice appreciation together. Because this conference isn't just about what happens on stage, it's also what happens between you. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to run through these instructions, and then you'll spring into action. So 1, you're going to find somebody you don't know. And I know that can be hard for some folks, and I ask you to drop in and be a little courageous and vulnerable, like Brad said, and make a new friend. You'll introduce yourself, and then you'll have 2 to 3 minutes to share your answer to one or both of the prompts on the slide. The first is, what's one impact you're proud of creating, big or small, in your work or your community? And the second, what's something in yourself or in others that you've come to appreciate recently, and why does it matter? For simplicity's sake, the person with the shortest hair is going first. And then when it comes time to switch, I am going to ring this little teacher bell, because I have learned that shouting switch when a crowd of people are talking does not work. And that is your invitation to finish your thought and then pass the space back to your partner so they can also answer those questions. And then again, at the end of time, I'll ring the teacher bell and I will invite you to sit back at your seat. 2 more things. If you can't find someone, please raise your hand and Kadisha will be your partner. But I don't sense that's going to be a problem. And then the last thing, as you listen to your partner, give them your full attention. Notice what stands out or what resonates for you. This is really about being curious and hearing someone's story. Okay, so let's get started. Please stand up and find yourself a partner. You're invited to sit down, find your place, settle in. such a beautiful wave of energy. And as you come back and sit in your seats, try not to pick up your phone and just take a moment to see how you feel in this moment. Do you feel more open, energized, connected, excited? And what we just did here, super simple. You paused, you reflected, and you connected. And imagine how different things could be if this kind of exchange was part of our everyday culture. If appreciation wasn't saved for milestones, but woven into how we show up together. And that's what I love about the Inner Development Goals. We don't need big budgets to turn our intention into action. What it really takes is the motivation to learn these inner skills and the willingness to practice them. And if you're curious, there are an abundance of resources and tools on the IDG website, so I invite you to move over there or come and find me at the break. I'm happy to talk more about it. But now it's time to carry that same spirit of appreciation forward as we move into our first session of the day.